Rich Tehrani with TMC here. We are at CES 2012. We're in the Shodogg booth speaking with Herb Mitschele. He's a co-founder and CEO. Herb, how are you?
I'm very well, Rich. How are you?
Good. What are we seeing here?
Well, Shodogg is a media technology company that enables any smartphone to wirelessly direct any streaming content to any web-enabled screen without wires or boxes. It allows on the user side a platform-agnostic experience, which means you can buy any device that you want. It's totally portable. It's not a one-to-one connection, which means it works outside the home, it works inside the home. It allows users to access, navigate, control, and share content very, very easily and very, very differently.
So when you say the user can buy any kind of device, does that mean like a Roku? Is that what you mean?
No, well, we believe we'll have apps on Roku, which will allow, if they wanted a set-top box, to connect through our system, absolutely. But you can actually go direct to the screen itself if the processing speed is fast enough.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay. So in terms of the kinds of devices that this saves you from having to buy, it kind of consolidates things, right?
Yeah, I think it makes your decision process easier. You don't have to worry about buying all the same devices. If you like one phone brand and you like a TV brand, you can actually buy them together. It works across all major browsers, works on all major operating systems, and the key to our technology is that behind the scenes, we deliver the user to where the content resides today. So unlike a lot of other companies, there's no downside with working with us. The content owner remains in control. It's their media player. They get to maximize their branding and their advertising. And this is something that the industry is looking for right now. There's a lot of selling of video files and then trying to monetize those video files across multiple different places. Now the content owner can remain in control completely.
So the user would use your service, and then the content owner would work with you on the back end just to make sure that they're monetizing their service now. And those are the kinds of questions that I'm curious about. How do they monetize? How does that all work?
So there's two ways to work with Shodogg. If you're a content owner and you want to get to a larger screen very easily for a fraction of the cost, you can embed our technology at your server level, and you can create a channel on Shodogg, which I'll show you in a second. Okay. But we also understand that there's a lot of companies out there that already have great traffic, that already have great apps. So we've developed an overlay system that works across all Shodogg-enabled apps that allows for the same experience, the same connectivity, and the same movement between devices, which is fantastic.
Okay, so what are the kinds of things you're going to show us now? I'm very curious.
I'm going to show you a couple videos and how I can actually move between devices. I think what's great to remember is that everybody out there right now, the buzzword these days is a great cloud. Everyone's building great clouds. Right. What we decided was, instead of building a great cloud, let's build the best architecture to allow us to understand and control every one of those clouds and then move seamlessly between them so that the user has a great, fast, and efficient process, but behind the scenes, the person who owns that content stays in control. So I'll show you how the interface works, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the business.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so first of all, this is the early stage look of our app. You would actually be able to come on, and there's different videos that you'll be able to see. Content owners can actually create different channels that you will see down here. And again, when a user accesses this channel, it's actually going to the server where that content resides. So they're getting all the credit. They're able to monetize completely. We get a small delivery fee, but it's all performance-based, so it's upside for everybody. First, what you want to do is actually connect to a device, and there's two ways that you can do that. You can either do it on the front screen, or you can go through your overlay system, which I was explaining before, and actually set up your devices very easily for either a one-time use, or if they're all in your home and you want to use them multiple times, you can name them, and therefore you don't have to set it up every single time. And the sync code is behind me here. You can see on the side, when you go to any app or any browser, Shodogg.tv, or you download our app, you actually get a sync code. When you put that sync code into into your phone, you can actually connect very quickly, which I'll show you right now. So I'm going to click on my TV, and when I do that, you'll see that automatically I've now synced up with the TV. There's no wires, there's no boxes, but we are connected. It has nothing to do with proximity. It's our technology which enables us to actually connect to this device.
Yeah, but something's connected to the device to make that happen, right? You've got to...
Absolutely not. This is just a web browser, and I'm actually on 3G right now because the wireless is not very good in this room. So I'm using 3G to connect to a TV. It's very, very different, and that's part of our delivery system and why we're getting a lot of attraction at the show.
But the TV's on Wi-Fi then, right?
The TV's on Wi-Fi, yes. The end device needs to be on a Wi-Fi enabled device, correct.
Okay, so then you can interface via Wi-Fi on the device via an app or some kind of technology that goes, some software that goes within that TV.
It's either a browser or an app, correct.
Right, to communicate with this device.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to select a video. I like this video here. I just click play, and as soon as I click play, you'll see it's now on the screen. and I have full controls over this video. So on the overlay, which I just popped out on the side, you'll see there's a pause, there's play. I can control the video. I can also leave, and I can make phone calls, I can search the internet, just like you normally would in everyday life, and the video continues to run.
So some of the benefits of AirPlay, but it sounds like even better, right? Because you can...
I think that would be a great comparison. I'm flattered to have that comparison, but we do believe we have similarities to AirPlay, and we've heard that before.
Okay. So I cut you off. Please continue.
Yeah, no problem. So now you're watching the video. You have full controls. But what happens if you want to leave your room and go into another room? You don't want to buy another box. You don't want to have to worry about connecting again. You want to make the experience very easy. And I think in the future it needs to be easy. Consumers are going to demand that. So if I move into my office and I want to continue to watch the video, I've already set it up. I've put my sync code in. I just click on my iMac, and I've moved from my TV to my Mac. It picks up where I left off, and I'm watching that same video. Same controls, same portability, and it's all there, and I'm still able to control the entire process.
So there's a Samsung TV here. The question is, what other companies besides Samsung does this work with?
We're planning on having apps for Samsung, Vizio, LG currently, and we're also looking to create apps for a lot of the set-top box manufacturers. Anybody who owns content or has access to content can use our technology to enable the movement of content to be very, very easy. We're not a media company. We're not going to own content. We are just a delivery company, which I think is important because there's a lot of other competitive areas that we don't want to get involved with. So the last part is, now that the video is running on the screen, let's say I want to run out to the store and I want to remember where I left off, or I want to watch it on my phone. All I do is I click my fetch button, and it's now fetched back into my phone, and I can watch the video on my phone. The whole process is seamless. It's very easy to it's very easy to work with. It's very innate, and it's great for the user.
Now, what about seeing one piece of content or one kind of content, or I guess one stream on multiple devices at the same time?
Absolutely. So it's a great question. We call it co-viewing, and we think this is a great use case. There's two ways to do it. You can actually control multiple devices with one phone, or we call it the YouTube party, where you have multiple people in the room together, and they're all trying to watch one screen. Currently, you have to go on, everybody types in the video they want to watch. You've probably done it as well. Now, with Shodogg, you can all sit in the same room, log into one screen, and when one person's done, you click a button, you haven't touched one keyboard, and you're now streaming another video without touching a thing. And I think the whole social sharing and playlist is going to be extremely important in the Shodogg world, and I'll show you how that actually works right now. So basically, you'll have access to all your friends list through the overlay system. Again, the overlay works on our app or any of our partners' apps. So if we partner up with somebody, they can use this overlay on top of their existing app, and all of this is similar across the board. So you can go from one app to another, and this overlay sits on top. So all your friends and your playlists are similar from app to app. You can leverage, or you can actually access all your friends' playlists through Facebook Connect, through Google Plus, and through Twitter, all the major social avenues. So you can see what your friends are watching and discover and share a lot more content very, very easily. Or you can add your own playlists, and your friends can access what you want to watch and be able to share that with their friends. So I think the discovery and the ability to move content very easily, not only between screens, but between friends, I think is fantastic with our system.
So one of the challenges that digital TV in general is having to deal with is that there's this massive amount of affiliate fees in the cable business and the IPTV space. Something like $30 billion is the last number I heard, maybe $35 billion. The question, and that's a good revenue source for these content creators. How, in your world, does that nice stream of revenue get, I guess, made? In other words, what happens to a content provider that says, okay, I'm going to work with Shodogg, but then understanding that may erode more people using cable or...
Absolutely. I think it's a very good question, and I think it's where the industry is going right now. It's a walk before you run situation. And our technology is lightweight, and it's easy for a content owner to take it and apply it in many different ways. So I think it's about studying digital rights management. It's about studying the contracts. It's about sitting down in the room together with not just the content owners, but also the cable operators, who are extremely important to the ecosystem. We are a friend to the ecosystem. We know at the end of the day, users are demanding the ability to watch content, and not just in the home. They're going to demand to watch it outside the home.
And they want to watch it on every screen. I mean,
absolutely.
What you've shown me here is exactly what we need. I mean, that's I think a given. And the question now is, how does all the messy stuff get worked out? Making money, digital rights management.
Absolutely.
Those are two of the big issues, and then also you've got competitive issues that I'm trying to figure out, where HBO Go, Hulu, Hulu, Netflix, how do they fit into your world?
I think anybody who owns content, again, HBO Go has a fantastic product. The problem with anybody who has great product is they have to replicate that across many different devices. Any receiving screen with our technology is an open portal to access that screen for video only, which is how you want to watch TV. So as a user or as a company who has to make all these apps, you're spending all this money for your digital footprint. When using Shodogg, the video is streamed directly there, and you can just concentrate on the transmitting devices, your phones and your tablets. Right. That's where consumers want to experience more information. On the receiving end, they want to watch video in the best possible aspect ratio, in the largest screen possible. And I think that we're expanding digital footprints very, very easily, very efficiently. And I think along the way, the industry will evolve. And those retrans fees that you're talking about, I think the content owners having a little bit more control will give them the ability to maximize their advertising, because if they're in control of it, it's going to be worth a lot more than if they're selling it to somebody else for a fraction of its value. And I think that there's going to come a time where those two discussion points are going to intersect, and ultimately we're heading down that path. So this technology allows them to control that experience.